At this time yesterday, we were talking with the Illinois Retired Teachers Association, several members and a retired teacher about a lawsuit they filed yesterday in Sangamon County Court. A lawsuit against the governor's administration, the comptroller, the treasurer, the teachers' retirement system, the House Speaker, the Senate president, and this lawsuit challenging a plan to ultimately lower how much state taxpayers are going to be paying for retired teachers' health insurance. Now, given a little bit of reaction here, we'll hear what Wirepoints, an analyst outfit that reviews public spending and delves into all kinds of different numbers. So we'll hear Ted Dabrowski's take on this. But yesterday, just some of the conversation we had with the Illinois Retired Teachers Association included how they laid out the state's looking to reduce by around $100 million per year how much taxpayers pay for retired teachers' health care. Now, Illinois Retired Teachers Association filing that lawsuit Monday in Sangamon County. And one of the things that they're looking for the courts to determine is for the state to pay a sufficient amount for the retirees' health care. Now, IRTA Executive Director Jim Bachman, he laid out that if there's not sufficient funding, then there could be some significant problems.
Our actuary has come forth and said anywhere between, 1 to 4 years that the fund could go belly up.
We also heard from retired teacher Pat Hampton, and she said that if the decrease of $100 million happens, that's just going to mean more that retired teachers have to pay, retired teachers such as herself.
It would just be financially, physically, mentally, so many ways, just devastating to me.
So I reached out to the teachers' retirement system, and they did not provide comment. And the teachers' retirement system is the one that has the board of trustees making these decisions, not just about teacher pensions, but about teacher retirement benefits. So you've got to be able to understand the difference between the two. Of course, pensions are monthly payments that individuals receive. But the retirement also includes the healthcare costs. So these are things that, of course, taxpayers in some instances fully subsidize certain state retirees while partially subsidizing other retirees, like teachers. They don't get full subsidized retirement, or rather health insurance in retirement, but they do get partial subsidized health insurance in their retirement. And that's where this story comes from. So I reached out to Ted Dabrowski with Wirepoints. And again, Wirepoints, an independent analyst that delves into all kinds of different policies and spending. And recently with COVID-19, they've also delved into tracking all of the COVID-19 metrics and so on. But I talked with Ted Dabrowski yesterday, and I want to share some of the conversation with you here on the WMAY morning news feed, and getting his initial reaction to the situation where you've got these retired teachers suing the state. Here's what he had to say.
Retired teachers are right to bring up a problem, but they're bringing up the wrong problem. The big problem is that the retiree health insurance for teachers is about $27 billion short. It's got almost nothing in assets and massive obligations to teachers over the next 30 years. So there's a much, much bigger problem than the one they're talking about.
So they've got, of course, the post-employment benefit of health insurance, but it's really the pensions that are a larger unfunded liability that's causing a lot of problems when it comes to resources that are available through taxpayer dollars, and the ability to pay for other services being squeezed out by the ongoing pension debt, the unfunded pension liability. And then you stack on top of that the post-employment benefits that are available for state retirees and teachers as well. And Dabrowski says it's a big problem, and one that he's been adamant and advocating for a change in the Illinois Constitution.
Yeah, these teachers are worried about whether the retiree health insurance will be funded by the state. Right now, it's a pay-as-you-go system, so that means that all the obligations that are owed over the next 30 years, there's nothing set aside to pay for them. So it's just the same problem we're having with retiree health as we're having with pensions.
So, with the cost of pensions and the cost of retiree health, you're looking at billions upon billions of dollars. Pensions alone, with all five of the state pension funds, because it's not just the teacher retirement system, you got the state employees retirement system, the state university employee retirement system, the legislative and judge retirement system, and others. All of these funds together, it's $140 billion for just the pensions. What about the post-employment benefits like health insurance costs that taxpayers pick up?
With retiree health insurance, it's a $70 billion shortfall. So we're back to the same discussion of we need a constitutional amendment to reform all these debts that we have that the taxpayers are going to be on the hook for eventually.
And again, I'm sharing a conversation I had with Ted Dabrowski yesterday. He's from Wirepoints, getting his reaction to the teachers that are suing, the retired teachers that are suing the state over a plan to reduce by $100 million how much taxpayers pay for retired teacher health care. And that's something that could kick in July 1st. So the retired teachers are actually looking for some relief, and they want the courts to tell the state to fund the health insurance at an appropriate level. More from Ted Dabrowski from Wirepoints about the overall taxpayer burden from post-employment benefits.
Right. So the state owes about $70 billion in future benefits to state workers, to teachers, to other government employees. And this is health insurance that's either largely free for like state workers or where up to 50 to 75% of their health insurance is paid by taxpayers for those workers in retirement. So it's $70 billion short. There's no plan on how to fix it. That obligation is going to get bigger and bigger every year. And it's taxpayers that have to foot the bill. They don't get free retiree health insurance, but they have to pay for free for some workers and partially free for others.
And Ted also talked about just some of the things taxpayers need to keep top of mind when this conversation comes up about not just pensions, but other post-employment benefits.
The fact that teachers are raising this issue of retiree health insurance is an important one because nobody on the campaign trail so far with any detail. I think Darren Bailey is the only one who's actually addressed it. Nobody's talking about this pension problem we have in Illinois. Nobody's talking about the retiree health insurance problem we have. Massive obligations. When you look at what Moody says, it's over $500 billion. Governor Pritzker's ignoring it for sure, and it should be maybe one of the top election issues. But I think lawmakers are going to try to keep it hidden.
And gave Ted an opportunity here just to share some of his final thoughts about this entire situation, not just the Retired Teachers Association suing over other post-employment benefit funds, but also just pensions in general.
The state has grossly underfunded its obligations. By the same token, taxpayers should be really scared too because they're going to be on the hook for over $70 billion in these unfunded retiree health insurance costs that nobody seems to know how to pay for.
So again, that was just some of the conversation I had with Ted Dabrowski from Wirepoints about public sector pensions and the also overarching issue of other post-employment benefits for public sector employees that are retiring that taxpayers are ultimately going to be on the hook for.